how much involvement has Chris had in the wedding planning? He didn't make the guest list. Very interesting question. It is time to catch up and spill the tea on the wedding. Good morning and welcome back to the vlogs. So I'm actually coming at you in real time ahead of this vlog because I realised I had not filmed the intro and kind of explained this because life has just been a little bit crazy recently. I got back from Mallorca, which I was shooting my collection, which you may have seen over on Instagram. I have finally been able to announce, and I'm going to be going into that in a whole different video and sharing everything with you, everything that we got up to with the shoot, from how it's all began and where it is now and up until the launch, which is happening really soon. And it just feels really good to be able to finally share it with you and get it off my chest, which is something I've been working on for the past year and not been able to kind of speak about. But you'll hear my voice is just feeling so and croaky because I feel like I've just been a little bit run down since I've got back, and I just think it's down to the fact that there's probably loads of kind of different things going around at the minute with the weather being hot and cold, and I think I'm just a little bit burnt out. There's just been a lot going on with the launch of the collection. We've still got the garage renovations happening, which I will share the updates because we've just actually been building the arches inside, which are looking so good. So yeah, in terms of everything going on, there's been the collection, there's been home renovations, wedding planning, and we've got a big trip coming up the end of this week, which I'm trying to recover for, but yeah, there's just a lot going on basically, and I think that's why I've got myself a little bit burnt out and really ill the past few days. So I've pulled myself together today and I'm filming this intro to explain this vlog because at the beginning of the week I went into the city and I had some exciting wedding appointments. I had my hair trial and I also had my appointment at Halfpenny for one of my fittings. So I bring you along and I share that. And we also trialed some different kind of hairstyles for the wedding and around the wedding. So I'm actually going to be sharing with you the hairstylist that I'm going to be using for my wedding trial, which is really exciting. And it is actually with one of my favourite hair brands, and it only seemed fitting to be working with them across my wedding. I use their products religiously and they are literally the products that I couldn't live without. So I wanted to obviously know that I was in good hands when it comes to my hair, and I've just, yeah, I feel like everything will be explained in this video when you see the hair trial and who it is and the brand. And we do share some of the looks, and these are just kind of ones that we were playing around with in terms of like ideas bouncing off each other, taken from some inspo. But I will obviously be having my hair a little bit longer as the wedding comes around, and we will hopefully be using a little bit of extensions in my hair, which is going to make the looks look completely different in terms of like having some length to them. Like we were playing around with some half up half down, which obviously will look so much different when I've got a little bit of length in the hair. We're thinking about also maybe like a pony, which again, having a big pony, I'm going to need that kind of length. So a lot of these looks are very kind of unpolished and not exactly how they're going to be around the wedding. So I wanted to kind of explain that before it gets into the hair trial so you can see. But we did obviously trial the hair that I'm going to be having for my wedding day, which I won't necessarily be showing all and giving it away, but I'm going to be showing some inspo around it and some other hairstyles. So yeah, you can get a little bit of a sneak peek. And it was actually such a nice day to spend it in the studio and with Dom as well, which you'll be seeing later in this video. So I thought I'd just properly intro it, and I'm getting myself together today because I feel like I've just looked like an absolute slob for the past few days. I've been basically bed bound, so it feels good to kind of put a little bit of makeup on I've just been using actually the new Dior Forever Glow Maximizers, and I recently had these new in and I've been dying to play around with them. And obviously because I'm doing my makeup today, I thought I'd give it a whirl, but I actually put this underneath my foundation, which was really nice, which was the peachy tone. And then now I'm just using this kind of blush tone on top, which is basically like a highlighter, illuminator. And it does say long wear 24-hour hydration, so I'm going to test and trial that today. But I'm just putting my hair up. I'm not really bothering it with it as much. I'm just putting it into a claw clip because the weather's not great today, and I'm actually heading back into London because I've got a few appointments which I'll be sharing probably in the next vlog, which is going to be a whole pack with me because I am off to South Africa next week, which is such an amazing trip. I'm going to get all into that in the next video, which is going to be the pack with me. So you're going to see all of my outfits. I've been doing some shopping, I've been playing around, styling some really nice spring holiday looks to give you some inspo as well. So that'll be coming in the next video, and this is going to be all wedding related. And then I'm also going to be answering the questions that you guys have sent in around the wedding and just on the topics. I put a question box over on my Instagram stories and you guys sent them in, and I thought this would be obviously part of the wedding series, bring you along for the hair trial, obviously dress fittings, and then also answering all the wedding questions. So let's get into this vlog and hopefully you enjoy. Oh my god, my umbrella is going everywhere. It is windy, it is raining. What in the world is going on with my hair? It's having a Monica moment, but I literally just washed it and left it because I have my hair trial later, as I mentioned, so there was kind of no point doing it. But I'm just walking over now. I'm actually quite early to Halfpenny because I actually have my first fitting. Well, yeah, it's basically my first fitting for one of my looks around the wedding, which is very exciting. So I'm actually going to be having 2 looks from Halfpenny. So this is going to be for the first one, then I'll be coming back to do the second one at a later date. But yeah, we're basically 2 months away now, so it's all happening. It's annoying that I don't have my hair trial beforehand, so obviously I can have my hair done for the fitting, and I've had to strip all my tan off if my hands are looking very pale compared to my face. Oh my god, everything's going everywhere at the minute. But it's because I had my laser this morning. I'm now 4 sessions in with my laser and it's really working. I have my bikini area done and my underarms, but my voice is sounding a little bit croaky. I feel a little bit burnt out from both ends at the minute, kind of how I mentioned before. So yeah, I'm feeling a little bit run down today. This rain definitely isn't helping, but nonetheless, I'm very excited to go back. I love the team at Halfpenny, they're so nice, and the store is so beautiful. I always get so inspired. I see all of these other looks and dresses, and it makes me just want to play dress up when I'm in there. So yeah, it'd be nice to have my fit in and see one of the looks again today. And then I'm going to head straight over to the studio where I'm going to be getting my hair trialed. Halfpenny, all went well. It was actually really nice seeing the dress and putting it back on again, and I styled it with my Manolos and it actually works really well. So this is going to be one of the looks kind of around the wedding whilst in Italy, because we've got a few events going on around it as well, which is exciting. So that is done. I'm now on the way to sort my hair out and go get my hair trial. So again, obviously because we've got events around the wedding, I'm going to be having a hairstylist do my hair. Sorry, I'm trying to multitask, I do not want to get run over. The evening before, for the cocktail evening, like the welcome drinks, my main dress, and then I'll be changing my hair in the evening as well. So we're going to play around with a few looks and hopefully nail it down.
I won't make it easy for you now. You got 2 minutes of my time. don't really break too easily, but I'm worth it, cause I'll slip into your dreams tonight. Oh, so give me your all. I'll take it tomorrow. So I stick like glue inside your mind. Just watch me breaking your sphere. You're falling into me, touch me. I swear you will do anything that I want. So keep us awake till the dawn. Ooh, baby, feel free. I wanna make you sweat on me. I got you wrapped around my finger, but don't you try to call me tomorrow. There's nothing personal in having a little fun, no, no. You wait and see if it's worth your while. So give me your all. I'll take it tomorrow. So I'll stick like glue inside your mind. Just watch me breaking your sphere. You're falling into me, touch me. I swear you will do anything that I want. So keep us awake till the dawn. Ooh, baby, feel free. I wanna make you sweat on me.
Just finished doing the bridal hair trial. Here's Dom.
Hi guys. Oh, I look rough. I look really rough.
He has been doing the utmost. We've been going on for hours.
Yeah,
so
hours, guys. But we kind of keeping it like kind of a secret, but we're just doing some looks.
Yeah.
We've done a few different styles.
Played around with some bits.
Played around, yeah. We're not gonna give. I'm not even gonna give Chloe the full reveal. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I've kind of like kept it a surprise to her because I want it to be like kind of wow on our wedding day. So we've used all our colour products, which you know we all love. We've done some volume, we've done some straight, we've done some hairsprays, we've done some pop and locks, blowouts. We've done so many different looks.
Yeah.
We've tried different styles as well on what she would wear on the day, what our bridesmaids would wear.
Yeah, which I think has been good.
Yeah, so we've got a really good like sort of overall vibe of what we want the final looks to be. So we've kind of only got the right idea.
Yeah, you've smashed it.
So now it's just all about getting to the wedding day.
Yeah, very exciting. It's a wrap. So I'm back from the hair trial and I thought I would sit down. I've got myself a nice hot tea and answer these questions and finally get round to doing the wedding Q&A. I know I said it was going to be me and Chris, however, Chris has got a stinking hangover and there's no way I'm dragging him out to do this Q&A right now. Here I am with my cup of tea on my own and I'll answer these questions. So hopefully he can be in the next video on this wedding series. As we're getting closer to the wedding now, it feels like it's coming round so fast. It is literally 2 months and a day away. Wow, it's really going to be coming around fast. So this time in 2 months will be our pre-wedding reception. We're going to be doing like a cocktail evening, which will be really nice to get all the guests together. So yeah, it is time to catch up and spill the tea on the wedding. Okay, so first question. How come the registry wedding and a broad wedding are spaced apart a few months? And a lot of you are actually asking this. So legally, we are actually now married. However, I'm not wearing my wedding ring and we're not kind of addressing the fact that we are legally married until after the wedding. But with us getting married abroad and having a destination wedding in Italy, we have to legally get married here in the UK. And the reason we did it so far apart is because my family live pretty much in Spain and Italy and then some here in the UK. It meant that when everyone came here at Christmas, it was kind of the only time we could get everyone together, and it was actually so hard to find a date for my family and Chris's family to all be available and for us to find a venue on that day and for us to be able to like host a dinner afterwards as well. So it worked out that when I had all the family here at Christmas, we did it then, and we actually did it the day before New Year's Eve, which was really nice. So we kind of went into the new year with it ticked off, and it was actually such a lovely day. I'll insert some pictures of the ceremony and what we kind of got up to, which you'll be able to see in the past wedding series episode, which I did share the whole registry and the ceremony as well. But yeah, it feels weird that that's already kind of been and gone already, which feels like ages ago. But the reason, yeah, we spaced it out so far apart is just literally the kind of timings and organising our family. And because there's so much to organise with this wedding with Italy, we also wanted to space out to just kind of give ourselves some breathing space as well, because it was a lot to even just organize that, and especially having to like host Christmas and everything else. So it just made sense for us to do it a little bit further apart. On from the last question, and it is, did the London wedding feel less special? And I wouldn't actually say it felt less special, because in a way it was even nicer to have it really intimate and have just our close family. And we wanted to keep it obviously very small, very intimate, and it felt really special on the day. I didn't realise how nervous I would have been until like a few moments before I had to walk into the ceremony, and I was like a nervous, shaking wreck. And me and Chris were both really nervous, and it was just a really nice day to have all the families together and celebrate and just kind of remember why we're doing this and take away from all of the planning and the stress and just enjoy it. So I wouldn't say it felt less special, it was just a different kind of atmosphere, and if anything it made us even more excited for the wedding in Italy and celebrating with everyone else and our friends. Why Italy? Any special meaning or just guaranteed nice weather? So there is actually, I guess, a reason behind us doing it in Italy, and I have kind of explained this in the first Q&A that I did in this wedding series, and it was one of our first destinations that we went to together as a couple, and we just fell in love in the Amalfi Coast. Not necessarily we fell in love there, just love the culture, the vibe, the food, the places, and there's just something so magical about the Amalfi Coast, and if you've been you'll understand. And it was just one of our favourite holidays together, and it was one of the first, and we also went to Rome. So I feel like in the back of my head for years now I've always kind of known that I wanted to get married in Italy, and even when I was like younger I would say to like my mom and sister, like I would always want to get married in Italy. And for us as well, with our sisters recently getting married over the past kind of 2 years prior, they both did different destinations, so we also wanted to do a destination that kind of none of our family and friends have done, and for them to enjoy it as well. So yeah, there's loads of different factors behind it, and obviously guaranteed weather, fingers crossed, will be a bonus, given it will be end of spring coming into the summer, so hopefully that will be on our side as well. Are you changing your last name? I am changing my last name, and it feels so weird. I've actually already basically legally changed it, and I've had to change my passport and a few other details, but I've still obviously been addressing myself as my prior name, and I think I always really will. It's just kind of for legal reasons that I've changed it. It just feels a little bit up in the air at the minute until we actually have the wedding. I feel like I've still been addressing by my current name, and then I will be changing it. So it will be Chloe Rose Littress. I know this is kind of a taboo topic in terms of why women should have to change their name, and it's not something that I've been made to do. It's been something that I've actually chosen to do as well. So as much as I feel like it feels very strange to change my name, I felt like it just felt right. Wedding rings, who are you guys choosing and what style? So we've actually already chosen our wedding rings and we've had them made. So Chris has been wearing his wedding ring, so he has his currently. However, he is going to be getting some details changed to it for the wedding. The ring that I had for the ceremony was only temporary until mine was going to be made up, which it's actually now made up. I have it and it is in the box ready for our wedding, and I cannot wait to start wearing it. I just haven't been wearing it currently, so I will be sharing all of the details around that. We have been going to the jewellers Frost of London, and that is where Chris had my engagement ring made up, and they are just honestly the best. Why did you choose to have a wedding planner? And I actually think this is a really good question, because at first I was thinking, you know, I probably don't need a wedding planner. I'd heard so many mixed reviews from past brides, some people that had just done it on their own and, you know, kind of got on with it, some people that had planners and was like the best thing ever, or also some people that had planners and ended up firing them halfway through and having an absolute nightmare. So I was very kind of 50-50 if to get one or not, but given the fact we are doing a destination wedding, I did feel like it seemed right to have a planner and help me. And with everything that's been going on with this past year, there's been a lot on my plate, so I feel like I definitely needed that extra help. And also it's great to have a planner when doing a destination wedding that has actually done your venue prior, because they also obviously know vendors and they can help with communication with that, and just heading up all of kind of the admin side of things as well, and having good recommendations. So for us, it's definitely worked out to have a planner, and she's actually been really great. So I think as well on the day, with helping how the day runs, the flow of it, setting up, organising all of the vendors, because for us we've had to bring everyone in, so it hasn't kind of been like a package deal. So we definitely needed the help where we could, and I personally, from my opinion, would recommend getting one if you are doing a destination wedding. Do you have a morning of outfit planned? And yes, I do. I have actually been working on a separate project aside from the launch of the collection, and this is around the wedding as well, and around the wedding morning, which you'll be seeing a lot more of and I'll be sharing soon. And yeah, I really wanted to make the morning of feel very special for me and the bridesmaids. And I remember my sister's wedding and also Chris's sister's wedding. It was actually one of my favourite parts, getting ready with everyone in the morning. So I knew for my wedding, I really wanted to make that special and feel great in what I was going to wear. So that is very exciting, and hopefully going to be good for you brides to be as well. I'm sure you're going to love it. How much involvement has Chris had in the wedding planning? Let's ask him, shall we? Chris? One of the questions is how much involvement you've had in the wedding planning. What would you say?
5%.
5%?
10%.
10%? Oh, we stick...
Good 10%. Good quality.
Good quality 10%, right, we're sticking with that. There you go, guys. It's come from the horse's mouth. The hungover horse's mouth. But he's had a good quality 10%, but no, I have to give it to him. He's been really helpful with the wedding planning process. He hasn't just kind of like left it all to me. And again, with having the wedding planner, it has helped. So I feel like with the logistics of everything, he's been really great, and all of like the budgeting, he is very much figures and I'm very much creative side. So when it comes to like all the florals and how the day's kind of gonna flow and look, that's definitely been on me, and finding all the inspo and pulling together mood boards and things like that, and then just kind of sharing with him. But he has definitely give a lot of input in terms of helping me with decisions, and just the whole organising of everything has been so much. So I definitely will give him more than he has said, and he's definitely done more than 10%. Tips for choosing a photographer, there's just so many, and I couldn't agree more with this. So for us, when it came to choosing the photographer, this was so key for me. And especially with the job I'm in, I feel like I can be really fussy when it comes to it, because I really know the way that I like to shoot and kind of just like the angles and how I like to edit and things like that. So for us, it was actually one of the first things we did. I think we found our photographer before we found our wedding planner, but we absolutely love the guys we have chosen. We actually did a trial with them, which I really recommend doing. So we did our engagement shoot out in the Amalfi Coast last year. Again, I'll put some pictures on the screen, and I did share a full vlog on this. And I feel like it was a good way for us to meet them face to face, kind of get the vibe of them, how we work together, how we shoot. And they just completely understood my vision, and they completely got it. And if anything, they did above and beyond. So it's made me feel a lot more less stressed and way more calm and comforted, knowing on the day that they're just gonna have it all down. And that is also in with the videographer as well. So I think a tip for me would be kind of narrow it down. We had a few calls with a few different photographers, and I feel like some of them we just realized actually it wouldn't be a great fit. We were quite specific on how we wanted our images and sort of the video to look. So I think it's obviously looking at how they work originally, like how they like to shoot, if they like to shoot quite bright and airy photos, or if they like a little bit more moody, things like that to take into consideration. And then yeah, a big tip for me would be to trial them out beforehand. Okay, so this next question we are actually stuck on. Chris is here now, and it's, are you going to celebrate your anniversary day on London wedding or Italian wedding? And we can't decide on this, can we?
you're pushing this so that our anniversary is not next to Valentine's Day. So you get 2 treats.
Basically,
Ridiculous.
our anniversary of the day we met is really close to Valentine's Day, and I'm like, this sucks, because we basically always just like combine it together, and I'm like, I want to celebrate it separately. So I'm like, our anniversary should be our wedding date, and in terms of picking between the actual legal wedding and Italy, it would definitely be the Italian wedding. So I think it should be the Italian wedding date as our anniversary. So hopefully that will stick. Right?
Right. No, jokes aside, I think, yeah, the Italian wedding should be the day.
Yeah. Oh, hello. Someone
Hello,
wants to
guys.
come say hi.
Bailey want to do Q&A.
Sadly, Bailey will not be at the wedding. He didn't make the guest list. Huh? I'm not happy about it. Oh. Bye.
Bye.
He's got over his
Bye.
hangover now, guys. He's going.
Bye, mate. Bye, YouTube.
Thanks for the input. Really top tier there.
Who's outside that?
Okay, bye. How do you not compare your wedding to other people's weddings? I think this question is obviously a very common question in terms of like, it's so hard not to, and especially in this day and age, I feel like if anything, weddings are so much more heightened and there's so much more shared now. I feel like before it was kind of keep everything stum until the day, and then now it's nice to see that, you know, people kind of share the journey like I am with you guys, and opening up and all the stages of wedding planning and everything that goes into it. But it's definitely hard not to compare in terms of, you know, I've been to so many beautiful weddings, and I think for me it's not the comparison, it's just taking things away from weddings that I've been to, that I'll be like, oh, I love how they did that, or oh, I might not do that, I'd do something different. So I think it's just taking your own spin on it rather than comparing. And even just attending weddings, I love going to weddings, and just getting inspo from that I think is really great as well. How far in advance did you send save the dates and invitations? So we pretty much sent the save the dates, I think it was like a month after we'd actually found the venue, which was around March last year. And then we sent the invites and like the whole wedding website after that a few months later. So we gave our guests, I'm pretty sure it was a good 6 months or more in terms of having the wedding invite, and obviously with having to fly abroad and organise all their plans, we wanted to give them enough time in advance. At what point did you go wedding dress shopping for the first time? So I actually shared here on the wedding series when I went for my first wedding kind of shopping experience, and I did it really soon on, and this was practically because a lot of brides from previous weddings had told me try and do it as soon as you can, because some of the dresses can take longer, or the alterations or something might not go right, and it allows time for that breathing space. And it was probably the best advice, because my dress still now, I've had 2 fittings and I still need a 3rd for some of the different alterations, and that's given me a long period. So I found it really soon on, and I think it's really good to try and start shopping as soon as you can for your dress, when you know obviously your plans for the wedding, just to give you enough time to try on loads of different styles, you know, look what's out there. Obviously they always kind of release them prior the season as well. Although saying that, I feel like because I did find it early on, since I've seen so many other dresses, I'm like, oh, what if? But then every time I go and try my dress on again, I just fall back in love with it. There's the honeymoon. So we are doing I'm gonna call it like a pre-honeymoon. We are going to South Africa next week, which has come around very fast. And we always said for our honeymoon, we would kind of want to split it into 2. We'd want to do something a bit more adventurous and then something really relaxed. So we always had in mind that we wanted to do a safari, and we were like, we're going to be in South Africa anyway for my best friend's wedding. Why don't we just fit it in and do it prior to the wedding and do it as a bit of a pre-honeymoon? So that is what we're doing. We're doing a pre-honeymoon safari trip, which is going to be amazing, and I'm so excited for it. It's something that has been on my bucket list forever, and just going out and seeing a whole different part of the world and experiencing it and seeing all the animals in the wild, oh, I cannot wait. And we did a lot of research into where we wanted to book, and Chris has been really great with that. So where we have booked, it looks incredible. So after my friend's wedding, we'll be going out to the Kruger Park and yeah, experiencing that. And then as for like the actual honeymoon after our wedding, we're going to be spending a few days in Italy after the wedding, just to kind of relax and wind down, I'm sure, after all of like the socializing and everything that will be going on around the wedding. So we're just going to do a few nights away, just us. And then for like the actual honeymoon, we're going to wait just a little bit. I feel like we've had a lot on our plates with renovations, with the wedding planning, everything that's going on with both of our work lives. So we just wanted to kind of take a breather afterwards and figure out what we want to do in terms of like a really kind of relaxed honeymoon, and then hopefully look at doing it towards the end of the year or maybe the start of next. So I feel like a lot of these questions are pretty much similar to what I've already asked around why Italy, and a lot of you asking for like wedding makeup, wedding skincare routines. So I feel like I'm going to leave the Q&A off here. Hopefully I've kind of covered a lot of questions that I haven't previously, and yes, give you guys a little bit more insight into the whole wedding planning process, because my God, it is stressful. I feel like it is never ending, our to-do list. I feel like our conversations are constantly like, have you done this? Have you paid this vendor? Have we ticked this off the to-do list? And especially now, this 2-month mark, I feel like it's when everything kind of hits. So yeah, there's been a lot going on, but hopefully it's going to be all worth it. And it's actually been really nice sharing this whole journey with you. And if you are a bride-to-be, I'm sure you also are going through all of this as well. And even past brides, you'll be knowing how I feel right now. So yeah, if you did enjoy this video and kind of taking you along for the ride of the hair trial, showing you a little bit of inspo, like I said, my hair is going to probably look completely different to the other styles we have in mind, but I have to apologise again because I probably sounded so croaky and gross, but I've really tried to pull through and catch up with you guys. I feel like it's been a while since I've done part of this wedding series, and hopefully this has given you a little bit more up to speed information of where we are at. And I'm very excited now. We're at the 2-month mark and it is coming around fast. So make sure to subscribe to keep up with the wedding series, and I'll see you guys in the next one.